Good afternoon, witness number one, number two, number three, and number four. Welcome back to this Commission of Inquiry. Thank you. For continuation of your testimonies, may I remind all of you that you are all on the oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you. Thank you. Madam Chair, over to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tamura, Mr. Sanya, Mr. Jonga, and Mr. Malang.
Good afternoon, ma.
Yeah,
Good
you're
afternoon,
welcome
ma.
back. Council, we may proceed.
Yes, Mr. Jong,
Yes, sir.
we had discussed that the chairman went to China before the trucks were procured and imported by 5C. You said you can't remember, correct?
Sorry, I didn't get the last.
Before the trucks were imported into the Gambia by 5C.
Yes.
You said you cannot remember.
Yes, I was not around at the time.
Okay. Now I have the minutes of the meeting of the 3rd of September 2020.
Yes.
That's the minutes of council sitting. These minutes were signed by Lamin Singati, the clerk, and Ismaila Jallo, the vice chairman. Right?
Yes.
If you turn to page 4, I will give you the minutes of the meeting. To page 4, you can read from the first line. Do you confirm that that's council's minutes of meeting? Birkamania Council?
Yes.
Okay. What is the date?
September 2020.
3rd September 2020.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please read it from the fourth line. From the fourth line.
Any other business? The matter of ward allocation emerged has the main point of discussion under this item. Members argue that it is almost to the end of the year and yet 23 wards don't receive the allocation of 500,000 for their respective ward development. In response, the CEO stated that the ward allocation remains a top priority of the council and added that current financial status cannot guarantee the disbursement of the entire sum of 11,500,000 as allocation for the 23 remaining wards. He further stated that the initial disbursed funds to the 5 wards are yet to be fully accountable for, as some doesn't
Please speak into the microphone. That's page 4. Page 4.
Yes, I'm at page 4. What is the second paragraph?
Yes.
Members' reaction to the matter varies, as others argue that the cost to be involved in the contract was not embedded in the current year budget. Others argue that there was no prior consultation in the negotiating of trucks by the chairman, as he just single-handedly went to China and never reported to the council. And as to why payment in foreign currency and the interest rate of 25%, whether this is in line with central bank regulations, was also queried. Whilst others acknowledged the lack of consultation between the chairman and council members, they supported that the contract shall be granted approval, as the administration has immensely worked hard to fine-tune the context of value for money and in line with dictate of managing public funds. Responding to the argument, CEO clearly stated that council has never spent any investment in the trucks, as contrary to the opinion of others. He stated that the chairman went to China to negotiate for the trucks at the expense of 5C Energy. He underscored the importance attached heeding to acquiring services with public funds, which he observed with obvious concern by not allowing the trucks to be on the road prior to exhausting the necessary guidelines since the arrival of the fleet in the country. Can I continue?
Now, it is clear that you were aware that the chairman went to China.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Now, does this help you recollect your thoughts about my earlier question?
Does that?
Does this document, the minutes of the meeting, help you to recollect your thoughts regarding the traveling of the chairman to China?
Yes, yes.
Good. And then this happened before the trucks were imported.
Yes.
And that is why the trucks were imported. Which month was this?
The minutes, September.
Yes, September. And the trucks were imported as per the oral agreement you had with 5C already.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, that's correct.
That's a fact.
Yes.
Okay. Now, why will you engage into an agreement with 5C and trucks procured by virtue of oral agreement before, in fact, documents were signed to that effect?
Like I said earlier on, the initial offer, although these vehicles were imported into the country,
right,
but they were not transferred, let's say, in the name of BAC at the time.
Right.
So the association process was not completed, because if there was no agreement, you wouldn't have, procured the trucks. Because, like I said, the initial offer was a lease agreement,
yes,
which we rejected. And then we had another proposal which we also rejected.
Yes.
And then we accepted the higher package.
What you have done is putting the cart before the horse. The idea that a verbal agreement was entered into with 5C, that was why they went and purchased these trucks and brought them into the Gambia. And then now the agreement that should have really been the first thing to do, had signed all the agreements, the partnership agreement. You did not do that as an area council. So that all other procurement process now becomes just a formality. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
everything now have to be a formality, because be it as it may, 5C cannot lose their investment because you're giving them verbal assurance that you will engage into a contract with them. So they imported these trucks, but they were not put on the road, but then it was already done as per the verbal agreement. So all other things have to be done to make sure it validates the verbal agreement. That would have been wrong, Mr. Jonga.
No, I see your point and I agree with that. But like I'm saying, if they do not accept, what we propose, we wouldn't have get into contract, regardless of the fact that whether the trucks were in country.
Then you would have had cause to be having legal battles with 5C, because they would have already involved, already incurred millions of dollars by way of expenses. And so that was why I said it's totally flouting the rules, wrong in relation to following procurement process by way of formality. You understand that that's not the intention of the procurement, the procurement rules and regulations. It should be the beginning. So you can't procure mobile phones, then now come and follow the procurement regulations. Is that not the case?
Yes, I agree.
Good. So can I please have that file? Now, director, former director, do you see why it is important that we make sure the procurement organizations that we deal with follow regulations?
Yes, indeed.
Good. And so you were to make sure that they follow regulations. Good. Now, if I ask you, what is the procurement method that you approved? Now that we know it was a formality done to remedy an act that was not in line, what would you say as the Director General was the procurement method that was done in this, that you approved?
Basically, it was more aligned to single sourcing than competitive bidding.
It was more like single source than competitive bidding.
Because just because they preferred focusing on public health,
right,
and the fact that it's available with only one supplier
right,
available.
right.
And this was backed by an invoice attached to the submission dated 2019, two invoices.
Here.
Yeah,
It's here.
between 5C and then some overseas partners. So
The invoice backed what? What did the invoice back?
in June 2019.
Yes.
That was about 1 or 3 months before I joined GPP.
Yes.
So that indicates to us that perhaps this supplier must have these things in place already.
Must have
them already available.
No. No. The only thing that can give you information as to whether a supplier is the only supplier that can provide or supply a certain item or good is market survey. Is what needs to be done so that you profile all your suppliers.
Yes.
You know who is who. You will know the goods that are in the market and then the status of a certain supplier. And then if an organization, procurement organization, did not conduct a market survey, they are not in the position to state that the supplier in question is the only supplier, this is the only institution or the only company that can supply those goods.
Thank you, Council. But the decision point was public health. And that decision point was the public health. Like I said, this is the public health that they put forward.
Yes.
And then this and to contrary to what Jennifer said,
yes,
the procurement authority is not the one doing market research. Market research is done by procurement organizations. It is by virtue of that market research that they were able to fill their forms. Through market research, they know which supplier has it and at what cost.
That's what Jennifer said.
Yes, but the market research lab.
No, let me just correct you there.
No, from the submission, there's evidence that we cannot doubt that they don't do market research.
No. I just want to correct you before you proceed. Jennifer did not say that GPA should do market research. Jennifer said that the procurement organization, in this case, that is the Birkama Area Council, every council, in relation to the context that we are in, is supposed to do market research, which she did not say it is supposed to be the authority.
And the way we know market research, GPP, the way we know it's market research is if you submit a request to GPP, the price you put there, you get it through market research. We will not know of it, how it's costing. And the supply you put there is through market research.
Yes.
And this all backed by a receipt and
no.
invoice or receipt that they put. So I'm telling the modus operandi of GPP.
No, it's incorrect.
You can now correct it now, but I'm telling the modus operandi.
No, it's incorrect. What you're saying is incorrect. Let me give you the file. Point B, point the commission or highlight or show the commission the invoices that would suggest that there was market research done. Invoices can't be an evidence of market research. Samura knows this and Sanya, correct? Invoices are not evidence of market research. Are they?
Well, that is what I was told, and that's what I did.
No, let us hear from them. Sanya, is that what a market research is?
Well, no.
Exactly. That is not it. So, Sanya, what is a market research? Yes?
Market research Thank you, Council.
Yes.
Now, a market research
Yes.
is simple and straightforward.
Yes.
It's a research conducted to establish what prevails in the market in terms of availability,
Right.
cost, and whatsoever of commodity.
Right.
It's just a research.
And it's done by?
The law requires that every procuring organization should conduct market research to establish whatever they want to buy in terms of availability, in terms of cost, and whatsoever.
And in this case, who is the procuring organization?
Brikama Area Council.
Good. Now, Director, you've had that.
I had him, but we can take the Quran. During the break, I asked them this. There was a question. And one lie, I got my witness. The two of them, they told me that by virtue of them filling that form, it means they are not marketed because they don't get out of the blue.
No.
And by that, as per their advice,
Right.
they are here.
No.
They can put the Quran, touch it. So what I'm telling you is, maybe my things are failing me here. But the fact of the matter is, I acted in good faith in section 44 of the Act. And then this evidence you are talking about here. Like why didn't they write in the recommendation that in fact this will go through massive? Did they mention it in anywhere?
Mr.
So,
DJ, the act is there.
yes.
The regulations are there. You have no chance of being misled because you can always refer to the act and regulation to see what it states about what market research is.
But that is why you have technicians on the council.
And that's why you are a director general.
And they are expected to advise you appropriately.
And you verify the advice.
But did they advise me along those lines?
Let's assume you have.
He never advised me. He never advised me. And all these letters are needed to sign is part of it.
Let's assume you were advised wrongly. Let's assume you were advised. There's no evidence that you were advised wrongly. Let's assume you were advised wrongly. Were you not supposed to verify? This is stated in the act and regulation. Clearly.
But like I told you, DG, every organization is spearheaded and only you are not technocrat on the ground. You have experts surrounding to advise you. And if the government comes, which is related to him signing,
So whatever
they only there at the time.
Whatever the advice is what you do?
Not necessarily, but if the advice that we see is what I will act upon. That the forms are not properly filled, so be competition, and they are addressed.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm sitting here now, they say no market research, and from history, in sourcing GPPA, there has never been any instant whereby the market research conduct on procurement. But let him bring it to.
But you approved the procurement without even knowing. Come again. What do you want to say?
Proceed.
You approved procurement process without even knowing the method you are approving.
I know the method.
No, it should be stated clearly. The method every single source, it has to be a request to use single source, and that request will be granted. Is that not the case, Mr. Saya?
But it's based on the act. And the act is what was saying that when there's only emergency, you cannot want them to procure.
No.
But use ourselves.
My point is the approval you have does not even state the mode of the method of procurement in the first place. It didn't even state it.
Well, that wasn't done by me. If
No.
It's not officer put single sourcing, but the basic approval is based on single sourcing.
No.
Also, it is single sourcing.
No. The approval is written in your name as a director general.
Yes.
Correct? And so the approval should state what you are approving clearly. And you have the different methods of procurement. If you are approving for open tender, or if the process is, for instance, single source, and that's what they were requesting to be approved, you approve that single source is hereby approved.
Yes, but the letters are indicated that. But when you know indicated and then indicate reasons why it has approved, based on public health. And Simon that who say market research, the letter has gone through him. He didn't observe it. The officer who wrote it didn't observe it. If I don't observe it, I'm also human, and I was just 3 months old at the time. So for me, my decision point is what matters to me. Why am I approving? I'm born because section 44 of the act is saying that when there's a threat of public health, you can approve. And based on that through consultation, we approve because the facts were all indicated in the letter as per the submission. So I acted based on the submission and then the act. And as advised by the technicians. Technicians advised me, yes, they advised me, this form is missing, didn't they? That is missing. Why didn't they advise on the market research? And why didn't they advise on the method?
Why did you not know the market research? Why did you not know the method?
Well, I'm only human. I take responsibility as the DG. But I'm telling you, DGs work with technicians on the ground. As far as I'm concerned, mid-bolo control is why I do approve. I approve because of section 44 has said it.
No.
That's what's my reason.
Not correct. Not correct. You cannot approve based on section 44. They didn't make their application square on section 44. They told you clearly. In fact, with section 44, there was no imminent health hazard, imminent, that they did not know about. Imminent would suggest it's happening right now, and we did not foresee this. They knew this status quo in Brikama Area Council. They knew the problems that are associated with the rainy season. So, what is the imminent nature of the health hazard? Tell us.
But now it's like the way is already done.
No, what is the nature? What is the imminent nature of the health hazard that which caused you to approve it quickly without following?
The problem as indicated in their submission,
Which is
that let me read the section again. Let's read the section. Let me read. They say this these themselves also pose a health hazard to the public,
right,
such as malaria, diarrhea, infection. I don't know what among others.
Is that imminent?
From my interpretation.
How is it imminent? It wasn't there before the year before that?
Like I told you, I only came in contact with this.
I'm asking you a direct question. Do you think it is fair, based on your experience in education, that the word imminent should be associated with the dump site because of the fact that it was a new issue?
The fact of the matter is, I got to know about, like, let me explain, then I can answer your question.
Right.
I'm confused.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, I came in contact with this in August.
Right.
And like I told you, from my experience, my judgment at the time was on the consequences.
Yeah.
And those people, in the event this happened, those people who are going to suffer, it's not become medical council, it's the innocent 66.
Is it imminent? The circumstances.
No, I'm telling you my mind now, so that you can do the judgment.
No,
but I tell you based on my decision.
No, that DG, we want you to tell us.
Okay.
The issue regarding the dump site had always been an issue.
I didn't know about that, honestly.
No, you told the commission that you live in this country and you know the health issues associated with the rainy season.
Of course, yes.
So it means you had known this for the past 20 years.
But if they fail to do it now, and now there has damage, would you put these citizens in it because
the requirement is it has to be an imminent issue. The requirement is there has to be something that they have to solve right now. And you and I know that it was an ongoing issue. The issue of the dump site is not in 2020. When I know this, the Jonga can confirm that they have been having this long time standing problem. And you had said it openly that we all live here. We all know what's happening.
I agree with you in totality.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, my decision point is, as far as I'm concerned, what they say in their submission, the talks are already available at a certain shop. That's what they say for the past 1 year.
They didn't even apply for single source.
And then currently,
yes,
because you know, and it's available, and currently nobody has it. And this may help. This may help some health threats to the public.
Nobody has what? These trucks.
What they say, the trucks are available with 5G.
Yes.
Available with 5G currently.
Right.
And nobody has it in the country.
Did you verify that?
That's what I told you. As far as I'm concerned, because it is process started in my absence.
Right.
And what the approval came in my time.
Right.
So I would have assumed all that has been sorted out.
No,
and the fact that even through all the stages of process of approval,
no,
and it has never been pointed out by any technicians.
Yes.
Been only 3 months in GPPE, it never occurred to me that should happen.
No excuse.
Well, I agree because I'm the DG, but I'm telling you, I'm only
not because you were the DG, that are simply sitter. Because you had no basis for your opinion. That is the reality. Because if you have to give approval, you have to fall back on your technicians and fall back on the act and regulation.
But we need together.
Get the act and the regulation so that when you are advised wrongly, you know what the law says. You look at the minutes of the meeting of the start of September 2020 on page 3 says. Therefore, he submitted to members that granting an approval on the draft hire purchase contract documents will ensure effective service delivery in terms of effective garbage collection. He further highlighted the points below, supporting his submission for members. One, that the type of vehicles are not available in the country. Is that a fact?
As per their submission, yes.
Is that a fact?
As per their submission.
As per their submission.
Yes, sir.
How about as per the evidence they provided? Do you have evidence? Do they provide evidence to support that?
But I already told you that we base our decisions.
Did they provide?
Submission.
No, Mr. Please remind me of your last name. Mr. Malang.
Yeah.
If that is as simple as the job is as DG, then everyone that applies, that they give you reasons, you just approve it.
No.
Okay. Then which means they are telling you that they want to single source this millions of dollars to 5C, because 5C is the only company that can produce this. Number one, there is no evidence in this country that 5C have ever produced this kind of trucks. Mr. Jonga, is that not correct? Prior to this, no evidence can be adduced that 5C had supplied trucks.
Well, I cannot ascertain that, but this is the first time we buy trucks from 5C.
Have you had evidence that 5C had ever supplied trucks of this nature to any institution?
I never had any.
Good. So there was no basis to state that 5C is the only company that can do this, correct? Mr. Jonga.
Yes, in the absence of a market research, yes.
See, so when the area council said on the second point number two, that 5C Energy is the only company that agreed to get them for us at their own cost. Mr. Jonga and I had discussed this. That would be wrong because other companies were not engaged, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Jonga?
Yes, that's
you agree with me?
Yes.
Good. So, DG,
Yes.
you see, number one and number two are false. But all it needed you to do is to allow them, make sure they follow procedure. Once they follow procedure, you will realize that number one and number two are false. But you did not do that.
But Council, I never stop anybody from doing their job. As you can see, the file went through transparently. And anytime we go for the advise me, have you ever seen anywhere that they're advising our sergeant and I tone it down? Why didn't they advise me? The way they advised me that this form is not present, is that is not present. Why didn't they put that in black and white? The officers who wrote this thing. Because they even the directors don't know much about it. It is also the officers who will take their time and study it page by page. And whatever they recommend, the directors also use experience and then escalate it to my level for us to take a decision.
Mr. Sergeant, what is the approval procedure?
Council,
Yes.
when files are submitted to the authority, they will go to records, and from there to the Director General. Now, the Director General will minute them to the various directors.
Yes.
And if I could remember, by then I was the only director, if I could remember. So files from the Director General will be minuted to me as the next senior person to the director.
Yes.
So I look at them and then also minute them to the relevant technical persons.
Yes.
And because this is compliance related, in most cases, I will acknowledge and then pass it to number two.
Yes.
There used to be minute sheets, which will be numbered 1 and 2. So basically, number 1 is myself, Director of Procurement Policy and Operations, and also the only director apart from the Director General by then. So in most cases, finally, I will acknowledge and then forward them to the head of compliance because they are compliance related. Now the head of compliance will also minute them to the action officer or an action officer.
Yes.
So that is the way approvals are requested from the authority, and in that order, that is how they are treated.
Good. So in this case, in this particular case, what was the procedure followed?
This, of course, we had the chance to go over the file briefly, but then I think the files were submitted to the Director General. And from there, I'm not sure if myself and Tambura were able to. I'm not very sure.
You want to see the file?
Files were submitted for.
You want to see the file?
Yes, we went through it, but then we never knew where the questions will come from, and
You never knew?
we didn't know where your questions will come from.
Right.
And because given the short period,
Right.
we don't know exactly what we should look for.
Okay.
So if we can get the file again and go over it, then
we have the file here. We have so the GPA routine slip from the Office of the Director General. You can tell us the approval process here.
Who, me?
No, the director will help. That had already told us that the Director General would be aware. But Sayang, you can now guide us to the approval levels.
okay. What I have seen is based on this file,
Right,
there were two submissions.
right,
The first submission dated around the 10th of 8, 2020. I am yet to confirm from the covering letter. And with the covering letter, what I show is like the first submission dated 7th August 2020. And then we have the minute sheets generated by GPPA records to the Director General. A minute to myself, 1, and 2, the manager compliance and professional practices by them. Then under normal circumstances, each of us should sign to acknowledge receipt.
yes,
I haven't seen it. But in this case, I have not appended my signature, meaning probably I have not seen the file because it's been a long time, but then I have not appended my signature.
on the document,
Yes, on the first submission.
on the first submission.
Yes.
Okay, did you append your signature in any of the submissions? Or the second one, or?
The second one also, yes, the second submission was through a covering letter dated 8 September 2020.
Right.
And it followed, I think, the same procedure. Sorry, that was 14th of August. Sorry.
Yes.
14th of August, 2020.
Correct.
And also followed the same procedures through the GPPA records and to the Director General, minuted to us, myself, as DPPO, and the Manager Compliance and, Manager Compliance and Professional Practices.
Yes.
Or Procurement Practices. Again, there is no indication that we have signed to acknowledge. Myself specifically have not signed to acknowledge.
Okay.
Haven't seen the file. But like I say, it's been a long time, and some of these things I cannot fully remember. But then there is no indication that the file passed through myself.
Through yourself, through your office. So now, if the file passed through your office, you would have minuted on the file? What do you do? Do you send it back to the DG to advise the DG?
Now, like what I said, depending, I was next to the Director General in terms of command.
Right.
So when files come to me, I look at them and then based on the area,
Yes.
I will minute them to the relevant section.
Right.
And like I said earlier, this is compliance related.
Yeah.
So in most cases, I will, for compliance related issues, I will acknowledge and pass them to the manager by then responsible for compliance.
Who is?
DCCP, now Director Tambura.
And does the file come back to you?
Yes, when drafts are generated, they
Right.
will also follow
The same process back.
Yes, the same.
It comes back to you.
Yes.
Now you will have to send back to the DG.
Yes.
Do you meet on the file?
Yes.
You will have to write and then give advice.
Yes, yes. I'll make my own observations on it.
Was that done?
I cannot remember having
No,
seen it.
not on the document. Was it done?
No, it's not done.
Tambura.
Sorry, that is only done on the drafts, and normally we don't have these drafts.
It's only done on the
drafts.
Drafts.
Yes.
And then
normally drafts will not be part of the submission.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but I cannot remember having seen the drafts.
Okay. Tambura, you have anything to say?
Okay. Thank you, Council. As he rightly said, the fact that we don't have an internal procedure manual, so that makes it a bit sometimes cumbersome in terms of flow.
Right.
Yeah, but traditionally and in practice, files goes to the DG, from the DG.
Yeah, no, not the procedure anymore.
Okay.
Did you see this file before?
Yes, from the minutes here, when the file came, I minuted it to an action officer.
Right.
Yes.
And then
from there, at this stage, you cannot say exactly, because once you minute the file to the action officer,
right,
he is the one, what we call hands on deck.
Right.
He's expected to review the whole file, issues, if there are issues, etc., anomalies, he is expected to highlight those issues.
How was approval given here?
That's what I'm saying, sir. Like, and normally he prepares a draft.
Just this one. How was the approval given? Or what was the basis of the approval? Do you know?
From the records here,
yes,
the basis of the approval is the minutes here of the Director General.
Right.
Yes. The Director General indicated about 3 or 4 points. That's the availability, COVID-19, health risks, etc.
Right.
So until we are able to see additional documents, but from what we have seen here, this would have been the basis for.
Let me ask you, Tambura.
Yes.
Should this procurement have been approved in this manner? I'll ask the same question to your colleagues as well.
Yeah, I understand. Sincerely speaking, council,
yes,
circumstances varies.
Right. This one.
Yes, I'm coming. Circumstances vary.
Right.
Because from the minutes here, I'm seeing making reference to COVID-19.
Right.
I'm seeing making reference to that.
Right.
So the circumstances at the time when it was received by the authority may likely be different from the current circumstances.
No. We are looking at this case specifically and the reality on the ground at the time. So you tell us. We know now what had happened. We know, in fact, that you see, if you even look at the invoice, the evidence, you will see that these people, 5C, purchased this since 2019. Mr. Jonga had told us clearly, we had discussed this, that there were agreements going on. There were discussions going on.
Attention, because here,
yes,
if these trucks were purchased since 2019,
right,
and our approval is 2020,
right,
our approvals are effective the approval is given,
right.
So it means we did not approve what was procured since 2019. If that's the case,
so what did you approve?
Is the procurement of these trucks what effective 2017?
What was the method of procurement you approved?
So
GPA.
Yeah.
What
the method
of submissions? You see, you and I will agree. We have done this over and over and over again. That if it is single source, it will be expressed.
See, I'm
clear.
I said that's why I said from the submission here, the particular procurement method is not expressed.
Yes,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Right. So should approval be given without expressing the procurement method?
Because The request is for approval of a particular procurement method. If the procurement method
It was not hidden to you people. Mr. Jonga did not hide to you people that there were advanced talks with 5C. Is that not a violation of the Act and Regulation?
as far as we are concerned,
Right.
As far as we are concerned,
Right.
our information or our decision, we are based on the information.
No, I'm now telling you, asking you that when Mr. Jonga told you in a letter, trying to justify as to why he wants to deal with 5C, that they were in advanced negotiations. Should that not signal you that there is already a violation?
Yes, Council.
No, you don't have to agree with me. You are an expert in procurement. You and Tambura and DG are deemed to be experts in procurement. Do you think that would have been, that should not have sent you a signal that these guys have already started the procurement process?
Yes.
Not before coming to us.
Because when we come to negotiation,
right,
we have formal negotiation and
Right.
informal negotiation.
Yes.
So informal negotiation, most of the time is done off the record.
Right.
So here it means it is not binding at all.
I'm not saying it's binding.
Yes.
I'm saying they are giving you information that, be it as it may, they had to deal with 5C. Be it as it may, the contract with 5C must happen. Can I have the file? I will show you another document there. So it should not have happened. Mr. Sanyang, my final question is the same. Going by the records, should this have been approved? Yes.
Well, Council, I think
I know it's a difficult question. Your DG is here, that's why.
because,
Your DG gave an approval, and you're finding it difficult to say no, it shouldn't have been approved.
like I said,
Right?
when finally from the directors, the files will be sent to the action officers.
Yes.
And we expect the action officers to have done a very thorough research,
Yes.
thorough find out,
Right?
and then advise technically.
Okay.
So the assumption is,
Yes.
at this stage, whoever must have handled the file as an action officer must have done findings and then advise accordingly.
And that's not the assumption.
Yes.
The assumption is whosoever must have handled this file together with the DG did not do their job. Well, in the file that you have, GPPA file, you have a receipt from Kubai CEEC Trucks Company Limited showing you evidence of financial transactions regarding these trucks in 2019. So your job was just to ratify what Birkama Area Council did. Your job was just trying to ratify the process. Make sure you tie the knots here and there. But look at the confirmation of receipt of money payment in 2019. And DG should have known this because it is in the file. But let me just show you that was first. I will come back to you. Mr. Sayang,
Yes.
Mr. Tambura, you can look at the documents. Evidence in receipt of payment in relation to this transaction. It was produced to you by Mr. Jonga. Brigadier Council showed you the receipts that to show you not only were negotiations in advanced stages, but monies traded hands.
To my understanding, this receipt is from the main supplier to
Yes.
the other supplier.
That's what I'm saying. For the benefit of the Brigadier Council. That is the reason why it is exhibited, so you guys can see it. Read it out.
We, and sorry, is the address to the
Yes.
CS Energy Company, Gambia Limited. Attention, Mr. Silla.
Yes.
from Hobby Trust Company Limited.
Right.
We Hobby Chic Truck Company Limited hereby certify that our company account received US dollar, that is 140,000 with bank transfer as 70% rest payment for the 5 units of 6 CBM garbage compactor,
Right.
and 3 units of 6 CBM skip loader
Yes.
with 9 garbage bins.
Yes.
A reference pro forma invoice CEEC 1907 11QL of July 11th, 2019.
Good. So what is the date of this confirmation of receipt funds? This letter on top far right.
Dated September 12th, 2019.
Okay. So what does this tell you? What does this tell you? That,
I'm not sure what you
of course,
can.
is this not Mr. Jonga? It's probably very straightforward. Mr. Jonga, what does this tell you?
Evidence of payment from the supplier
Yes.
to 5C
Yes.
Energy, yes.
Exactly. Towards the purchase of the trucks. Correct, Mr. Jonga?
Yes.
That which you seek, that GPA gives you approval. You didn't hide this, did you? You showed them.
It was part of the submission.
Yes, you showed them. Is it not to show them you are in advanced stages of the negotiations?
We indicated that in the cover letter, but this particular receipt
Right.
is addressed to 5C.
I understand that.
Like I said, we have not spent
I agree.
prior to.
I 100% agree.
Okay.
You had a higher purchase agreement. I'm just saying that because based on your verbal agreement, you have advanced stage negotiations. They have purchased these trucks already.
Yes.
Is that not a fact?
Yeah, that's
And so you were to exhibit this to GP to show them how far you have gone with this arrangement, correct?
yes, it was submitted to GPP.
To show them how far you have gone with the arrangement, correct?
It was supporting our submission.
Is it to show them that you have gone far with the arrangement or not? What is the relevance of the submission?
It's a supporting document.
Is that
It's a supporting document
supported document? What is it supporting?
to our submission.
And then what is the document supposed to show GPA? Every document, a supporting document, must be trying to establish something. What was this document trying to establish?
We were seeking approval.
So what was the document trying to establish in seeking approval?
No, well, I don't know where you. What action? It's part of our submissions
To do what?
to seek approval from GPB for the procurement of the
What is the
trucks.
relevance of the document?
It's to show
Right.
that these trucks are being procured by 5C.
That's what I said, Jonga. That's what I said. I was even giving you praise that your hands were clean, that you had shown them all the documents that they needed to have. But the idea is to show that we have gone in advanced stages. Mr. Sanya, all this is clear. So your job here now was just ratifying the procurement. Right? Do you agree? With evidence of this, it's just very clear that GPA was just ratifying the actions done by the American Council. Correct? Sayan, do you agree?
Yes, okay.
Mr. Sayan, you don't have to agree with me, but the facts are very clear. Correct? Correct?
Yes.
DG, the final question is with you.
Thank you.
Now, in the face of all this evidence, is it not the case now that you know that on the whole what you were approving was just as a matter of procedure?
Certainly, it's very evident now.
Exactly.
It was just to formalize. But if I may go further,
Right.
this would have construed this thing as, they indicated that the groups are already available.
Right.
So this could have been construed as evidence of the fact that they are available now.
Yeah.
They want to buy now to submit this.
Right. But then, if you had checked the file properly, you would have seen the receipt that was attached. Maybe you didn't see it.
Yes, the file don't come to DG. I'm seeing this file for the first time. When submission comes, the letter that they submit does not come to DG. And if immediately to the director which is signing, he immediately down also when the action officers work on this thing. But the files are so sensitive, they don't move. They stay on lock and key.
So you didn't have access to this file?
No. If I want, I would ask for it. But normal procedure, files are stationed. Unless you have doubt, you have reason that you have to decide. You don't bring the whole file to your table. They are on lock and key. So when you go from the officer to the director signing, then say, we need to on draft or the draft. His comment for the draft, look at the draft, do my comment with draft, and then send it back.
Messiah, is that the case?
So I doubt if he did not have contact with this file, definitely.
Messiah, is that the case? Did you not see the file?
Well, just as I explained earlier, I think the compliance director have also explained that we don't have a manual that clearly defines as to how we operate. That is lacking. But then what we have on the ground is files will come and then they will be received by the secretary, confidential secretary to the director general.
Okay.
And then they will be minuted to the director general.
So what would be sent from the Brikama Area Council would have first passed to the office of the director general to the secretary?
In fact, this minute sheet normally is provided by the secretary, the confidential.
To the director general.
Yes. So files coming from outside will not have the minute sheet.
Yeah.
It is only the secretary who will provide the minute sheet, and then in most cases will also stamp the letter to acknowledge receipt.
I think it's all. I think that's all. DG, I think we all agree on this one that approval should not have been given on this one. And the approval that was given was just a formality. Considering the exhibits we have, the documents we have in the file as provided to you people by Mr. Jonga, right? Do we agree on that, all of us?
Repeat that.
We agreed, all of us, that this approval, considering the documents that are in it and the evidences that we have discussed, you guys were just, it appeared it was just a formality because transactions have already occurred before the approvals were given, correct?
The fact is, if I had known what I know today, I would not approve it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying on the statement.
Submission, definitely convinced we are good to go to approve it.
Yes.
And like to a point of question, this file never changed their station. It is the submission of the letter.
No, I think the commissioners have already had your evidences regarding the file procedure and all that.
Okay.
Is that not the case? But I'm just saying you and I have agreed that based on the information that we have, the GPPA approval was only a formality.
Yeah, if I had known that all these transactions had happened 1 year before my going to GPPA,
yes,
and then it went to and even BEC themselves are here,
right,
not being able to person to verify what they put in their submission. Honestly, I will not have approved it. And to set you free, I take responsibility as a DG then for approving, because I was a DG. But if I had known what I know today, I would not have approved it. That's why in the first instance it was rejected. But when they came with their plea, and then they indicated public safety issues. Those are sensitive issues that you cannot play with. During the COVID-19 period, when health was an issue, we had no option but to comply. But I can agree more. If I had known what I know today, I would not have approved it.
The issue why procurement process should be followed strictly is one, you have value for money, correct? Number two, you minimize the issue of fraud, the possibility of fraudulent practices in procurement. We all know the fraudulent practices in procurement on a daily basis. So the idea is to minimize that. Is that not the case? That is why you're required to follow certain procedures. Have market survey, have 3 quotations where it is required, have open bidding to have the best price and so on and so forth. These are the guidelines, so that someone cannot just come and say we are paying 10 million. We just want to work with one company which has the goods that we want, and they're experts in that. There has to be evidence of those assertions. Organizations must be backed up with data. Do you agree with that? Do you understand? It must be backed up so that in approving or disapproving, you are not just looking at their writings, you are looking at the information that is provided to you to support those assertions. Where they are lacking, no matter how convincing the assertions of Mr. Jonga or the becoming the council through Mr. Jonga, without the evidence of a market survey, without the evidence of even having a certificate to provide to show that this company had engaged in this business, for instance. You understand that? You cannot just approve this.
But I think they are registered, and they registered. If
Yes, I just want to say, after the approval, we signed the contract. So no contract was signed prior to the approval. We signed after when we received the approval, and then we advised.
I can't even recall giving you time to talk. That's the reality.
what I was in council was the last letter indicated that the program also must be registered with the authority before they can proceed. That was a condition, and I think that was no.
I think we have had this enough. Chairperson, are there questions for these witnesses?
For Mr. Jonga. Mr. Jonga, your statement for the 5th of April 2024, you have made some undertakings on this statement that you will provide adequate details or information. If you go through again through the statement for the 5th of April 2024 and the one for the 24th of May 2024, you made some undertakings to provide certain clarifications. So please go through this and provide the clarifications as per what is contained on your statements, both statements.
Okay.
For instance, let me just give you an example. At page 15, there were a list of withdrawals that were made, for instance. And one was 150,000. The second was 210,000. The third was 520,000. The fourth was $2 million. And at the end of the paragraph, you have undertaken, you said, I quote your words, I will provide adequate details of the other withdrawals.
Yeah, so the ongoing reconciliations I'll take note of the
Yes. Okay. So please check your statement, because there are so many undertakings you've done in the statement to provide us with details of the things that you were asked by the investigators.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, that's all for this witnesses. Yes.
So, Mr. Mala, Mr. Jonga, Mr. Sanya, Mr. Tamura, thank you so much. You are discharged. We'll see you tomorrow, Mr. Jonga, for the documents you have asked for. All right? Thank you so much.
So that means we are not for tomorrow.
No. You are all discharged.
Okay, thank you.
All of you are discharged, but Mr. Jonga is coming tomorrow to provide us with further information. Thank you so much. We may rise. Good.